Good evening, I'm Mavery Quinn, and we begin tonight with breaking news that has been decades in the making. The long-anticipated release of JFK assassination documents is finally here, but the contents of the files are raising more questions than answers. For years, many conspiracy theorists and historians speculated that the last batch of documents, withheld by the U.S. government, could potentially expose a cover-up, one suggesting that President John F. Kennedy might not have been assassinated by a lone gunman, as we've been told for decades. That the latest revelations might not align with those expectations. In a move that has just unfolded within the last 24 hours, the Trump administration announced the release of approximately 63,400 documents related to the assassination. While these documents were initially cloaked in heavy redactions, the latest files are now available for review, revealing uncensored information. However, rather than uncovering new smoking guns regarding the tragic event in Dealey Plaza, these documents shine a light on something else entirely: protecting the identities and operations of the U.S. intelligence community. While it's still unclear whether any groundbreaking discoveries about the assassination itself are hidden within these files, one thing is clear: the true motive behind keeping these documents sealed for so long wasn't to protect classified evidence about the shooting, but rather to safeguard CIA sources, methods, and operations. Specifically, the names of agents, informants, intelligence-gathering missions directed at U.S. allies, and even CIA budgets have been kept under wraps. Timothy Naftali, a former director of the Nixon Presidential Library, stated it plainly, saying, "The holdup was not because of the smoking guns that would help us understand Lee Harvey Oswald's role in the assassination. It's because ensnared in these documents were sources and methods." Documents also reveal U.S. intelligence operations from as far back as the Nasser era in Egypt, showing just how far-reaching these secretive activities were. However, Naftali emphasized that none of this is directly related to understanding who was behind Kennedy's death. The release, which occurred in two phases late Tuesday, was chaotic, with many of the documents poorly organized, blurred, or barely legible. Experts say this disorganization suggests that the release was hurried, likely to meet a deadline without fully considering the quality and clarity of the information being made public. As the world absorbs these documents, one key point remains: the file dump likely won't answer the most pressing questions surrounding JFK's assassination, like whether there was a broader conspiracy involving the mafia, the CIA, or other powerful factions within the government. In fact, many historians argue that this release only adds fuel to the ongoing debate, as lingering doubts about Kennedy's death remain unresolved. And the revelations don't stop with JFK. Alongside these documents, the U.S. Justice Department has moved to unseal FBI surveillance records on civil rights leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Files, which include wiretaps and agent reports, have raised concerns that revealing King's private life could tarnish his legacy. The Justice Department's move, pushed by the Trump administration, comes 2 years ahead of the court-ordered release, and it has sparked heated objections from the civil rights community. To round out the story, we also hear criticism from Jack Schlossberg, the grandson of John F. Kennedy, who expressed disappointment over the lack of prior notification to the Kennedy family before these sensitive files were made public. And so, as we sift through this massive document dump, one thing is certain: the JFK assassination continues to cast a long shadow, full of speculation and mystery. While new details emerge, the central question of what really happened in Dallas on November 22, 1963, remains as elusive as ever. That's all for this breaking news update. We'll continue to follow this story as new information unfolds. Stay tuned as the breaking news turns for more updates, and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our future news stories. I'm Mavery Quinn, and thank you for watching.